Alright guys, let's get right into it. This is the upper body destroyer, and I'm going to explain it as simple and as basic as I possibly humanly can. For all you guys out there that are just starting, or anyone that is advanced, you guys go ahead and use the terminology or anything. So, the first exercise that we have up in our workout is the chest. Now, what we're going to be working is the incline bench, okay? Now, this is one of my favorite exercises on the incline, simply because I personally believe that it develops a lot more of the chest, the pectoral muscles. Now, what this specifically targets, I'm going to pause it here real quick, is the inside of the pec. Now, I know the screen's a little white, but what we're targeting is right here. A lot of the times when a lot of guys or girls are working out, when we're hitting weights with the chest, we want to work towards the bottom. We feel like the bottom makes your chest look a lot bigger. That's true to a certain extent. If we work the incline bench, it will work overall the whole muscle, but it will target the inside. Now, if we have a good inside, it helps our strength, and it will definitely develop that square figure that we want in our chest to make it, you know, look like all the celebrities out there. Now, something that you guys see as I'm doing the exercise is the time over tension. Now, as I go down nice and slow and I go up a little faster than the way I go down, what that helps is it helps keep tension on the muscle. So as we're going down, boom, right here, the whole muscle is stretched, and as you go up, boom, it'll keep it nice and tight. So it's a lot better than just going 1,000 reps nice and quick, or going to 2 to 3 reps super and not being able to push it. Now, it really just depends on what you're working at, but if you keep a good count, 1, 2, 3, push, 1, 2, 3, push, I personally believe that you'll get the best results. If I were to have to choose from a decline, a flat bench, or an incline bench, I would choose incline 1,000 times over any of the other ones. I just feel like it activates the muscle a lot more, and you'll definitely feel that pump nice and quick. So, if you have any questions about the chest workout or the incline bench, comment down below and let me know. Our next exercise is a military press. Now we're gonna go from our chest up to our shoulders, and what we're gonna work is a nice behind the head military press. Now I'm gonna explain why I do it behind my head and not in the front. But as you guys can tell, I'm also going down nice and slow and trying to go up a little quicker, even if it's a second faster than when I'm going down. The cool thing about the military press is that it works the muscle completely, right? The shoulder completely. Now, we have different muscles in the shoulder, okay? We have one here, the whole muscle here, and then we have the muscle in the back. Now, what this one targets specifically and more than anything is the back and towards the traps, which is super cool. As we see and form the shoulder, the traps come into play. Now, I don't have the back view, but if you can see from my back, we work the traps and it just connects. So to have good looking shoulders, you need good looking traps. But the reason why we go down is as I go down and I push this movement right here, it makes me and it forces me to have to flex that trap, right? A lot different than if it was just right here. It's a lot different movement. Hopefully you guys can see it if I have that tension in the back, right? Or that tension in the front. So I prefer military presses behind the head, just simply because it'll activate it more and it'll work the trap overall as well as the shoulder muscles. So I'm gonna play that again so I can explain a little bit. You just put your head down, boom, to just activate that tricep, go up as much as you can, and that'll be the best way to get that done. So that's the shoulder, the military press. Next up, we got the V pull down. This is one of my favorite exercises, mainly because I'm trying to build my back, but this is a cool one specifically because we are targeting, hopefully I can pause it in a good area, so you guys can see the muscle, hopefully, if I have it. I'm just kidding. Right there. Okay. Now, there's a small little area, I don't know if the camera can see it, but I'll explain it here on me. There's, so this works the back, right? And it works a lot of the inner back and a lot of the lats. Now, what's cool about this exercise is that it develops a muscle that we have right under the armpit, next to the lats. Now, the lats are something that make us look bigger and what we want to work on, right? It makes our body look like a V. that a lot of guys go for. But this one specifically targets that muscle right there, and it looks super cool once you develop it. Now, when we're going in this motion, when we're doing the pull down, what we want to work on, and I'll play here in a little bit, is as we go up, you want to come forward to get that full right tension, extension, and then you want to keep your elbows in, and you want to pull down and just flex that muscle like crazy. Boom, forward, right, boom. So if you guys notice, I'm going completely forward and keeping my elbows as in as possible. This was probably like my third or fourth set, so my elbows might be going out a little bit. No excuse, right? But as we can see, boom, you're coming down, and that muscle right there specifically is being worked. Boom, right there. And that helps build the V that everyone works for. That was a nice hold. Again, you want to hold, boom, hold down as much as you possibly can. So that was the V-bar pull down, which is super cool, okay? And that'll help you along with your shoulders. This all connects in one, okay? So up next, this is what I was talking about the V, the lats. And what we want to really focus on as we're working this one took me a long time to really get down, just because you feel kind of funny when you're doing it. You have to like put your butt out. But the more extension you get as you go out, right? Not just here, but you really want to bring your body out and pull down, not with your back, not with your arms, okay? But more so with the lats, keeping your chest out and your butt out. So a lot of people don't like to do these because they think it's funny, but it's one of the best lat workouts that'll really extend your back, boom, into that V that you want to work on. So as you see here, boom, I'm trying not to bend my arms or anything or have to really come in with my body. It's all as tight as possible, boom, and then coming down with this part of the body. This is what we're trying to target. Boom. So it's right under that last muscle that we were talking about, and that's the lats. So I'm gonna let you guys see that here real quick. As you guys can tell, again, just like the other exercise, bringing my head and my body completely in to get a full extension. Okay. Okay, so now we have a shoulder press. Now we're gonna go back to the shoulders and work the shoulder press a little bit more, okay? A lot of the times, like a lot of people, you'll see they don't have a really good rep range, as in they can't really put their shoulders all the way back, right? So a lot of people will have them here. Now, the more you can have it back, the better and the safer, because if you're here, it'll work a different muscle and it can really mess up your rotator cuffs a lot faster. So if you can do exercises or any stretches to really stretch out, have your hands completely back, boom, and as you come up, try and have the weights touch together, come down, a little bit lower than this, boom, to really stretch that out, and then back up. So I'll play that for you guys here. I was going a little heavy, but boom, as you guys can tell, I don't hit a 90-degree angle completely. I go down, and that's a super easy, simple, basic shoulder press to do. Now, I recommend to go light, okay? You don't have to start with 50s or anything. Go light, start with 15s, 20s, 25s. You really want to warm up that muscle before it gets damaged or anything, okay? Next up, we have the muscle that makes a big difference from someone that's really been working out for a long time and someone that's barely getting started. Now, neither of those, there's nothing wrong with either of those. What I'm trying to say is that this next muscle that we're going to work, it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of tension to work it. Now, as I was explaining back in the shoulder part, that the shoulder connects with the traps, that's the muscle that we're going to be hitting. What we're doing are shrugs. Nice and simple shrugs. And I got video of the front and of the back. So what we really want to focus on when we're doing shrugs, and I'll let this play here for a little bit. It's a simple movement. You're holding your weights, and you want to go pretty heavy, okay? Because you want that weight to be weighing you down. But the movement in this exercise, it really just comes down to up and down, up and down. Okay, that's what a lot of people just do, is go up and down. And there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're really tightening that muscle. As I'm coming up, right, let me go back a little bit. Boom, up. And if you notice, my shoulders come completely down. Boom. Now, something that I've learned over the years that you guys should all apply into this is with the shoulder shrugs, it's not simply just going up and down, right? What we want to kind of do is have like shoulders to ear. Okay, shoulders to ear. But something that will activate your traps a lot more is doing a circular motion with your shoulders as you're coming up. So instead of just up and down, what you'll see me do, and I'll play it here, is I'm rotating my shoulders back and coming up and then coming completely down. So if I'm doing it this way, I'm coming around and up and then around and down. Instead of just here and here, you'll definitely feel that difference. So you guys can see my movement. Boom, boom. Now that'll just work that trap a lot better. I have this angle here, same exercise as the traps, okay? It's this muscle here, this bump right here that you guys see. I don't have huge traps or anything, I'm working on it, but that's what the muscle looks like. It's this big guy. If you guys have seen Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, his traps look bigger than his head sometimes because it's such a big muscle and it's super powerful. So what is super cool about this exercise is that it doesn't take a lot. You just need 2 dumbbells, up and down. Up and down. My tip for it is not to go straight up, but to go up, rotate, and then go back down. Up next, we got what all the guys long for. We have the exercise, you know, of what makes a Spartan a Spartan. What we have next are the arms, and we're just gonna do one exercise, okay? Just because we've worked out a lot by this point, and your arms should be tired by now. So what we have up next are some easy bar curls. Now I'm just gonna pause it here real quick because a lot of people, they don't really understand the best way to activate the biceps when we're working at them. Now I'll explain here as I play the video, okay, for 60s. Now the biceps is a beautiful muscle. It's a big one. There's different parts to it. If we're talking basic, there's 2 parts to the bicep. If we're talking scientifically, there's 3 parts. But as we're working this, here's the most important part of the whole exercise, is right here. Right at the elbow is the most important part when we're working anything with arms, okay? So a lot of people, you'll see this happen when they're lifting any kind of curls, is this. If you notice, my elbows are going everywhere. Now my bicep is not doing any of the work. All I'm doing is putting tension on my lower back, so that does absolutely nothing. It's not activating anything, it's just hurting me. If you notice, I'm trying to keep my elbows as steady as possible in the same place. Obviously there's going to be some movement as you're doing this, right? But if you're keeping it as steady as possible, you're going to activate a lot more of the biceps. So this movement here, you're coming completely down and you're coming up, it's going to activate it instead of, okay, there's a big difference. Boom. And that's what you want to really focus on when you're doing curls, is that. Now, what I recommend with curls is going up, squeezing, keeping that nice and tight, and then releasing, okay? Squeezing nice and tight, and then releasing. Now, that's the best way to get bigger arms, right? Everyone wants big arms. Everyone wants the big, huge arms, but nice and simple. You just get an easy bar or a straight bar, or you can do them with individual, just like individual weights. Okay, and we have one more exercise. The last exercise of our upper body destroyer are the triceps. And this muscle is an absolute beauty. When you develop this muscle, you'll feel like a beast, okay? When you start filling in your shirts, it's not the bicep that fills in your shirt, it's the tricep. Once you start getting that, okay, it'll make your arm look a lot bigger. Now in this exercise, boom, as you notice, this is a pull down, okay? And all this works is tricep, and that's the back part of your arm. All right, nice and basic. It's the back. Now, what's super cool about this one, I specifically like this one with this weight, and you'll see it as I play it. Boom, all you're doing is pushing down. Now, everyone's seen this one where you boom, and that works the tricep great. It does great. I don't want to discredit it, but I love this one simply because as you push down, you have to put tension on this part of the tricep, okay? And as you're doing that, boom, nice and high. Again, elbows are inside, down, up, okay? You don't want to push and back and here and here. It's all about keeping the elbows in, nice, and then nice and high. Now the tricep, like I said, is an amazing muscle. It's an amazing muscle. If you don't feel the burn, it's not working, okay? You gotta feel the burn, meaning you gotta go high rep or you gotta go heavy, okay? When you feel that burn, you know that the lactic acid in there is building up, you're tearing muscle fibers, and that's what's gonna make the protein that you intake or any kind of food go into the muscles and really help develop that size and that strength. That is the upper body destroyer. We went from chest to shoulders to traps, to the back, to the biceps and the tricep. Now, this exercise, I'm gonna post this whole exercise individually. This is gonna be the explanation, and I'm gonna post the exercise on its own, so that you can go back and revert to it. Now, a lot of the times you go to the gym and you know what to do. You're like, I just want to work the upper top. My legs are sore. I did leg day 2 days ago. I'm just gonna work the top. Revert back to this. Do these exercises, okay? What I recommend is a rep range of about 10 to 12. And what rep range means is how many times you do the exercise, as in 1, 2, 3, or in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up to 10 to 12. By the time you're at 8 or 10, you should be, or all the exercises that we did, you know? If you're hitting 12 and it's like easy peasy, you just like cruising by it, then you're not really developing anything that's gonna help grow the muscle or grow your strength. So that was this exercise. If you guys have any questions about any of these, as basic as I try to make it, please comment down below or shoot me a DM on Instagram. My Instagram is @Acostagnz, and that's the best way to reach me. I'm going to be doing videos like these, more explanations, so that you really can come to an understanding of what you're doing and not just going to the gym, you know, blinded and not knowing what you're really hitting. But you can go in there secure, feeling like a boss, knowing what this machine does, boom, 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 and then hitting out. But again, my name is Eric Acosta with Acostagnz. Guys, subscribe to this channel, click that like button, share it to anyone that needs a quick explanation of this workout. Go to the workout itself and watch it. I know I paused the video a lot, but that other video will have the whole thing run through, and you guys can go back and forth. But yeah, much love, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this. A lot of things ahead of us with Acostagnz. Much love. Eric out. Woo!